Welcome to Stephen J. Gavinsky Memorial Field in Greendale. A Woodland Conference matchup tonight. The Greendale Panthers taking on the Greenfield Hustlin' Hawks. With Hall of Fame coach Terry Kelly, John Weiser with you. A great matchup here in Week 9. Coach, as you know, you want to get into that Week 9 with something to play for. Both teams have something at stake here tonight.
Well, Greendale obviously wants to have the undefeated season, guarantee themselves another number one seed. Greenfield needs a win to have a great shot at getting into the playoffs.
That would get them to 3 conference wins, and right now is looking at Travis Wilson's website before we went on the air tonight. 58 teams at 3 wins or better in their conference. Another 58 could get there tonight with a win.
Yeah, around the state, everybody's going to be up late, kind of seeing just how it all plays out.
Great matchup here tonight. Greenfield, obviously not the season they wanted to have, but new coach and maybe a new attitude.
Right, and they've got some skilled athletes. They've got a couple of outstanding linemen. So, this game is not a gimme.
Rob Stoltz walked away from Greendale in the spring after a 7-0 season. So Murray is a new coach here.
And the string has kept going, 8-0 right now.
Let's take a look at the players we'll keep an eye on for you tonight. We'll start first for Greenfield, and it's their fine wide receiver, Jaquan Redding.
He's a utility man. He's throwing the ball. He's caught the ball. He's run very well so far this season.
And to get there, you got to have a good quarterback to deliver the ball.
And Jackson Compton, honorable mention all-conference last spring.
Marcellus Setterfield, one of the defensive ends, a 3-sport athlete.
Yeah, they say he's the emotional leader of that defense.
Well, if you're going to have an emotional leader, you need a physical leader.
Yeah, they got a physical, and Nicholas Lestrella fills that bill. He's been in on 86 tackles this season.
On the other side for Greendale tonight, their quarterback, Zach Sheridan.
Throwing for over 1,100 yards. We've seen him drop some great passes in practice on those receivers on the fade.
And the coach's son, Javon Murray, at running back.
Leading rusher for the Panthers this season.
On defense, Will Vale, the linebacker.
Honorable mention all-conference, two-way player.
And then Colin Schuster at defensive back.
59 tackles on the season. He kind of holds up that back half of the Panther defense.
Greendale has won 3 straight in this series, including a victory this past spring in the shortened pandemic season. When we come back, Mike McGivern will talk with our coaches, and then we'll have our kickoff of tonight's game from Greendale. It's the Panthers and the Hustlin' Hawks.
Welcome to the Friday Night Rivals high school football game of the week, brought to you by Heiser Automotive and presented by Landmark Credit Union. We are here at Greendale High School as the Panthers take on the Hustlin' Hawks from Greenfield. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike McGivern alongside 2 first-year head coaches, Terrain Murray from Greendale, Joe Nelson from Greenfield. Coach, let's start with you. First-year head coach, and you and I have had a couple of conversations. The beginning, man, things are rushing all over the place. You settled in nicely.
Yeah, for sure. Coach Ringelberg, Keith, did a great job kind of raising me to fulfill the responsibilities of a head coach. And so just kind of following the plan that he laid out and add my own tweaks in there, I kind of figured it out.
Man, good for you. Hey, same question, Jermaine. You know, Rob Stoltz, man, tough shoes to fill. I'm a big fan of Coach Stoltz. So far, really good for you.
Yeah, definitely. Coach Stoltz has really, laid the plan out, and we just continue to harness it, develop, and just make sure that we are doing the right things, staying focused and increasing the urgency and energy, and that's what it's all about, just continue to maximize our opportunities and just do our job.
Go play. You know, Coach, I was an assistant coach in basketball, and when I'd slide over those 8 feet or 8 inches, and maybe 12 for me, but 8 for the most guys, I was always a little surprised by a lot of things, and a lot of the paperwork and all the other things. How did that first month go for you?
Well, you started off rocky. It's always a transition. When you have a coach who has been around. I've been a part of his program for 20 years, and be a part of it. For 21 years with Rob Stoltz, and it's just really building that continuity and sustaining that. And that's it's been a challenge, but I think our kids have bought in, and we just continue to leverage it and maximize the opportunity.
Hey, I've talked to him a couple times. He's really proud of you. He's really proud of you. Hey, same question for you. Again, when I slid over a little bit, a lot different from being the assistant to the head coach. And that first month for you, how was that?
Yeah, just like Jermaine said, it was kind of rocky. You don't really realize what a head coach all does, and sometimes you don't want to really realize what you have to do. So again, it's just I kind of used Keith as an example, and just kind of developed my own philosophies, and we kind of developed that as we're going on. And I think right now it's kind of showing with our team that we're starting to really grab those philosophies. And
hey, Coach, and I think you know this, but I believe looking at all the numbers, to win or go home, I think, for you guys tonight. I believe that. And from my understanding, you guys are playing pretty well. Is that a conversation you have with the kids, or is this something you think they already know?
Yeah, it's definitely something we've talked about, in team meetings, after games. I think against Wisco we had a really bad first half and a really good second half. And then Grafton, we put a whole game together. And obviously, hey, let's keep it rolling. Let's put it together. Another good game.
Hey, Coach, I see a sign on the sidelines that says all we want for Christmas is 9-0. Good luck with that tonight.
Hey, thank you. I know Greenfield's a tough team, and, we take every challenge, step by step. And I know that Joe's prepared, and I know that we're prepared, and we're just going to, do battle in the gridiron, and let's see that, may the best man win.
Yeah, you bet, boys. I'm going to cut you loose. Other side of the break. Terry Kelly, John Weiser gets you the keys of the game. This is the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Landmark Credit Union.
Honoring our country and those defending our freedom. as Al Krashovsky sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and a rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A rousing start to our game here tonight in Greendale as the Panthers get ready to take the field here tonight. Greendale and Greenfield renew this Woodland Conference rivalry. As we take a look at the Panthers. And they bust through their opening here tonight.
The Hawks win the coin toss and
Let's get set now with the keys for the game. Coach, how do you have it set up?
Well, for Greenfield, their big offensive line must dominate the line of scrimmage. Can they withstand Greendale's first half onslaught? The ratio of points to their opponent's points has been unbelievable this season, and they need to make the Greendale quarterback uncomfortable.
And for the Panthers tonight, what do they need to do?
Well, they've got to contain Jackson Compton, very, very talented quarterback for Greenfield. They've got to be patient and take what the Greenfield D gives them, and they got to utilize their strong kicking game.
And that they do have. We were watching their kicker. He was good from 50 out here tonight in practice.
Yeah, he was really booting the ball well.
Final instructions for both teams. Greenfield in the white with gold helmets, Greendale in the gray with green helmets tonight. Again, you can catch us on the live stream. Follow us at my24milwaukee.com. And tonight's game going to be replayed tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock because we'll be bringing you Admirals hockey tomorrow night. Milwaukee Admirals returning after a 2-year absence. Greenfield won the toss, deferred to the second half. Greendale, the Panthers, will receive to our right. And our kickoffs are brought to you by the Milwaukee County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, MIXAP. One of the returners, Javon Murray. The other is Will Vale. Vale had a 72-yard kickoff return to start the game a few weeks back against Shorewood Mesmer.
Former lineman living his dreams now as he's moved to tight end.
Dominic Budstrop does the kicking for the Hawks. And we are underway as Murray lets it bounce into the end zone for the touchback. And so the Panthers will get it 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. We mentioned Zach Sheridan at the top, 6 foot 180, a senior at quarterback. Backfield of Javon Murray and Anthony Sardina. And then the three wide receivers, Isaiah Correa, Danny Hanlon, Braden Lightus, and Will Vale, the tight end. Now good up front too. Jordan Greel, Evan Lindblom, A.J. Acevedo at center, Jack Wilde, and Logan Vale, Will's brother, at right tackle. Murray darts his way around the left side across the 25. Flag down as he's pushed out of bounds near the 30, a gain of 10, but a penalty marker on our first play. Brought down by Deshaun Reed.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Mike Arndt, our referee here tonight, and it's a holding penalty. Takes a first down from the 30, will make it 1st and 20 from just across the 10-yard line.
Well, not the way that Greendale wanted to start out, but defensive coordinator Bob LaPlante knows that they present so many problems for you with their spread offense.
There's the defense for you for Greenfield, a 4-man front. King, Serrano, Weisrock, and Satterfield. We talked about the emotional leader at that defensive end position. 1st and 19, toss. Murray around the right side. They string it out well, and the Hawks able to get him out of bounds shy of the 15-yard line. Deshaun Reed again there on the stop as Murray, his 2nd carry tonight.
Yeah, you can see Murray's got good speed, but as you mentioned, you saw how well the Greenfield defense strung that out, forced him to the sideline.
4-4 stack is what they've got. Jones, Ton, Lestrilla, and Plazek, the linebackers, and then Deshaun Reed, Jaquan Redding, and Omar Surveyor, your secondary. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 17, just across the 13-yard line. Murray, the single back in the backfield. 3 receivers here to the near side on 2nd and long, and Sheridan's going to roll. Dumps it out on the roll, near side, completes the pass, and rolling out of bounds with it is Vale out near the 25, make it the 26-yard line. Both Ciano Jones and Reed both there defensively. The first pitch and catch going to the tight end, Vale.
Well, Greendale set trips to the sideline there on the wide side of the field. Sheridan's got a very accurate arm and took advantage of that matchup.
Vale, a first-team all-conference past spring. 14 receptions on the year, make it 15 now with that catch. Makes it a 3rd and 3 on the 14-yard pickup. From the 27, near hash mark. Murray cuts back to his left. 2nd effort, may have gotten the first down. Brought down on a play by Hayden Tunn.
First down, Panthers.
But enough for our first down of the night. And again, first downs this season have been brought to you by Goodwill. Shop Goodwill, sustainable back-to-school shopping for less. And hey, how about Halloween coming up? You might find a costume or two with what they have in stock at Goodwill stores. And again, a big thank you to Goodwill for their sponsorship this season on Friday Night Rivals. 1st and 10 from just across the 30. Murray again left side, and he's wrestled down immediately. Tommy King, the right defensive end, able to make the play. King in on 44 stops coming into the game here tonight.
Head coach Jermaine Murray, much like his predecessor Rob Stoltz, doesn't want to be known just as throwing the ball all the time. They both took pride in being able to run the ball. And we've seen from the outset here, that seems to be something they're intent on doing tonight.
What's the first thing we said when we walked in on practice Tuesday? We're used to seeing Rob Stoltz out there throwing the ball, running the offense, and Jermaine Murray was just in the huddle, just adding his few lines then and there. Murray breaks it to the outside to the 45-yard line, a gain of 10 and a first down. Another tackle by Deshaun Reed. Check that was Sardina on the carry. Anthony Sardina, his first carry tonight. One more look. Did a nice job taking it to the right side, and a good block out there by Wilde, the right guard, and Vale, the right tackle.
So I'm switch that ball to get it to the right arm and get it to the outside, protect it.
10-yard pickup. Clock rolling, 8:45 to go. First possession here in this first quarter. Go with a slot receiver here to the near side on first down. Again, they'll run it up the middle on a good surge that time. Murray with that extra surge out to midfield for a gain of 5. Tommy King was there along with Hayden Tunn.
kept his pads down, followed Jordan Gruel, Evan Lindblom, AJ Acevedo, Jack Wilde, and Logan Vale. They got a good surge coming off the ball.
Let's head to the sideline. Our first visit tonight with Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, listen to the sideline here at Greendale. They're going to keep pounding the ball at the middle, but don't be surprised when he pulls it back and throws one long. That might be coming soon. Take a look for it.
All righty, Mike. We'll keep an eye on it. 2nd and 4 from just across midfield. Toss to the near side. Nice run. Murray across the 45 down to the 43-yard line. Belling was there on the stop.
You can see Murray with a nice burst there. There are 2 tacklers ready to make the move, but he was so quick, planting that foot and cutting upfield, that he was able to get a good gain.
So another Goodwill first down from the 43-yard line. 7:15 to go here in this first quarter. And this is playing into Greendale's hands right now, taking that long drives and taking time off of the clock. The toss with a penalty marker in the wake. Sardina will take it. Sardina inside the 40, but may have a motion call here on the Panthers.
Illegal shift, offense. 2 men moving at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still first down.
Against the Panthers, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
There's first-year coach Jermaine Murray. He's also the offensive coordinator for Greendale. 19 years here at Greendale.
Right. You know, had a chance to observe Rob Stoltz, and undoubtedly he's worked in a few wrinkles of his own.
1st and 15 from the 48. Sheridan with time, comes back near side, completes underneath. Catch is made near the 38-yard line. Matt Gutierrez, the 5'11 senior. Omar Surveyor able to take him to the boundary. One more look, good protection up front.
2nd and 4.
We mentioned how Greenfield needed to make Sheridan uncomfortable, and if they're not able to put pressure on him, he has such an array of receivers, it's going to create some problems for the Hawks.
Gain of 11, 2nd down and 4. 6.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. They will hand it off. Nice run up the left side down to the 30, a gain of 7. Murray again, this time brought down by Tommy King. But another first down, moving the chains here and taking time off of the clock. We're already midway through our first quarter.
Yeah, they work a variety. They use both Javon Murray and Anthony Sardina. You know, on the season, you know, they've got close to the same number of carries. Always someone fresh.
Murray the single back, 2 receivers to the right here on 1st and 10 from the 30. Murray up the middle, quick burst inside the 20 and down to the 17-yard line. Pick up a 13 for Javon Murray. Hayden Tunn makes the tackle, and they've entered the red zone.
First down, Panther.
Time a team enters the opponent's red zone, it's the Salvation Army red zone. Salvation Army doing the most good. To volunteer or donate, please visit samilwaukee.org.
Off the cable. Thank you.
They'll mark it at the 18, 1st and 10, Greendale. Not much running room, and they'll just go down. And getting there first was Tommy King, who got in there first to break up that play.
Javon Murray with the carry.
Yeah, King on the year has been on 8 tackles for loss behind that line of scrimmage.
Brought by near the line of scrimmage by Tommy King. Loss of 2 on the play.
So they
Second
lose
and
2, sets up 2nd down and 12, just inside the 20-yard line.
They've kept the ball for 7 minutes already.
Danny Hanlon came in as one of the wide receivers. He'll line up in a slot to the far side. And they go single back, 3 receivers, and Sheridan looks to throw. Pumps once, goes the fade, and incomplete. Was looking here for Colin Schuster. Thought he was going to take it all the way to the end zone. Kind of broke that round off short. Omar Surveyor was in coverage for the Hustlin' Hawks. Zach Sheridan hasn't played on this football program for a couple of years. Played as a freshman and then concentrated on basketball.
Yeah, interesting story there. We'll delve a little bit more into that a little later on.
3rd and 12, just inside the 20, showing blitz. They come off the edges, and Sheridan in trouble, has to get rid of it. Ball in the air, collision, both going for the ball, no flag. It will go incomplete and brings up 4th down. Intended for Schuster. Deshaun Reed was out there in coverage for Greenfield. Let's see what they decide to do. We mentioned they've got Andy Justice, a pretty darn good field goal kicker.
5 for 7 on the year, and he's hit 30 of 31 extra points.
Andy Justice to try the 28-yard field goal. Blake Kogelman will hold.
42-yarder earlier this season. Went through a stretch where he hit 5 field goals in 5 games for this Greendale team. This will be a 37-yard attempt near hash. Plenty of distance, and it is good.
And Justice's field goal is good.
37 yards, 3-0 Greendale. We will take our break. Back with the kickoff right after this. You're watching Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Well, it's 2 of your favorite family-driven sitcoms coming to My 24. Don't miss The Goldbergs and Last Man Standing. That's weeknights from 5 to 7 right here on My 24. 60-yard drive ends with the 37-yard field goal, but as you mentioned, Terry, taking almost 7 minutes off the clock.
Right, and that kick would have been good from another 5 yards out. Very strong leg.
Again, kickoffs brought to you by Milwaukee County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, MIXAP. Justice has it on the 40. Redding and Belling back to receive, and it's going to be Redding up the middle, across the 20, and is tripped up at the 25-yard line as we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
So, guys, you know how much I love offensive line coaches, right? So the guy here at Greendale talking to his offensive line, and he said, look, let's think about pad level. Obviously, we held the ball for a bit. We need to put it in the end zone. And he said, guys, let's just continue to jam it down their throat. Are you with me? And these guys said, Coach, we got you. I love offensive line coaches, boys. You know that.
Absolutely, Mike. And I think as an offensive lineman, you love to run block. It gets you downfield, and you just open up the graders and send them downfield. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Jackson Compton, the quarterback. He will hand it off. Fisher. David Fisher on the carry. Gets a couple. Trying to go up the middle. Brought down by Jaden Pedrero.
Yeah, Fisher, only a sophomore. Head coach Joe Hansen said, he started to come on in the Grafton game. I'm sure offensive coordinator Jack Moore wants to make use of that development that he's been showing.
Compton has thrown for 977 yards and 9 touchdowns this season. So he expected to go over the 1,000-yard mark with a good game here tonight. 2-by-2, 4 receivers here on 2nd and long. Compton gets rid of it. Going outside, and a back shoulder catch across the 40 and out of bounds near the 42-yard line. Redding making the catch. Javon Murray able to get him to the boundary. One more look here on the pitch and catch between Compton and Redding.
You can see what a strong arm he has as he winged that out to the sideline with a back shoulder. And as we said, Jacon Redding is kind of a utility guy. He's done it all this year. Run, pass, throw.
18 yards and a first down out to the 42-yard line. Goodwill first down here. Movement up front. One of the Greendale linemen jumping.
Prior to snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
There's 3 penalties on Greendale tonight. So 5 free ones here makes it a 1st and 5 for Greenfield. Their own 47-yard line. They'll stack 3 receivers here to the near side. And they'll run. Fisher. A little bit of running room over the right side across midfield. Gain of about 6 and picks up another first down for Greenfield.
Coach Joe Hansen really thought they'd be able to run on Greendale based on what they'd seen in their scouting.
Yeah, he was looking at maybe spreading the field a little bit and trying to run some things opposite the strong side or weak side running and take advantage of the extra receivers out there. Forcing a linebacker or a safety cover up one of those receivers as they have now. And it's going to be Compton coming around the left side. Compton, see that? That turf monster came up again. Did you catch that? Got him right there.
Yeah, so far this year, they haven't been using Compton that much of a running attack. He's an excellent thrower.
Little Reed, he caught the end crashing down off that right side and tried to take advantage of it. And a darn turf monster.
Well, they say that's one of Jackson's strengths, though, is reading, making the right calls.
Gain of 4, 2nd down 6 from the Greendale 43. Fisher, big burst of speed. He'll get the first down inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. It's a 7-yard run for David Fisher. Logan Vale makes the tackle, and another Goodwill first down for the Hustlin' Hawks late here in this first quarter.
Well, you go to that left side, you got Xavier Serrano, 6'1", 208-pound senior. Jordan Ramirez, 6'2", 240. Stanley Ridley at the center is 6'1", 260. Trevor Gray at the right guard, 6'5", 300. Anthony Poole, right tackle, 6'1", 250. Big offensive line.
Again, they'll line up trips here to the near side with Jonah Belling adding to the 3-receiver look here. And again, it's Fisher. And nowhere to go. Textbook tackle on the play by Will Vale, the inside linebacker. That's how you teach it.
Coming in tonight, he has 43 solo tackles. He's been in on 66 overall. He's, really is the heart of that defensive linebacking core.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the Panther 35. Once again, 3 receivers near side, single back, Fisher. And it's Compton, not much there. Good job working on the keys that time, keeping Compton close to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Pedrero was there to make the stop. And now an interesting 3rd down call here, 3rd and 7 from the 33 with under a minute to go.
Both quarterbacks have really strong arms. We saw how they both love the fade pattern, trying to get that guy to the end zone and go up for the ball.
Third and long from the Panther 33. Quick pass, bubble screen to Belling. Well read by the Panther defense, and he'll be swarmed at the 32, led by Joe Morsey, a strong safety. It'll bring up 4th down, clock running. Greenfield might just let this run out the quarter here. I'm trying a little wide receiver bubble screen here to the near side, but well read by the Panther defense, and our first quarter comes to an end here in Greendale. Panthers leading the Hawks 3-0. Our Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union. Fourth down and 6 from the 32. Greenfield appears to be going for it here. Fake to Fisher, they throw it outside. Redding with the catch. It'll be a first down at the 23-yard line. Gain of 9 on a quick out to Redding. Braden Latus able to make the stop. They move the chains and are close to the red zone here. Good call.
Compton stepped right into that throw, put it right on the line to Redding.
Second catch tonight for Jaquan Redding, the junior. First and 10, Greenfield from the Greendale 23-yard line. Fisher bounces it outside. Fisher on the move. Touchdown, Greenfield. What a run by the sophomore, David Fisher. A great burst through the line and continued his way into the end zone.
The offensive coordinator, Jack Moore, has to be pleased with, that quick burst, as you said, that he showed right there. Pulling away from those defenders.
Had the ball in the right arm, take it to the sideline in case of a fumble, did everything correctly on that run. Okay. Officials' time here. Looks like we've got a player down for an injury here. So a drive that started on their own 24-yard line. They go 76 yards, and one more look here at the 23-yard touchdown run by the sophomore David Fisher. That is his 6th rushing touchdown of the season.
One of the things we mentioned as keys to the game was Greenfield not getting overwhelmed by Greendale in the first quarter, where they've outscored their opponents 83-0, and in the second quarter 94-21.
Looked like Trevor Gray was the injured lineman, number 77, who was helped off to the Greenfield sideline. It's a big hole there if he is out for an extended time. He's an all-conference performer as the kick for the extra point is up, and it's good. 7-3 in favor of Greenfield. Right now we'll step out. A word from Landmark Credit Union.
Welcome to tonight's game. I am Patty, branch manager with Landmark Credit Union. Once again, Landmark Credit Union is proud to be a sponsor of Friday night's rival game of the week on May 24. We think it's a great way to show our support for local schools and for us to give back to the communities we serve. At Landmark Credit Union, our job is to provide great service to our members while helping them meet their everyday financial needs and long-term financial goals. We truly believe we are only as strong as the communities we serve. We have more than 30 branches, including locations near the 2 schools playing tonight. You can learn more at landmarkcu.com.
Jermaine Murray, the first-year coach for Greendale. He's going to talk with his defensive players here, and you can see just relax, we're fine, just relax. Plenty of game left.
A little bit of unfamiliar territory. Greendale has not trailed much this season at all.
Javon Murray and Will Vale back deep to receive the kick from Dominic Budstra. He's a junior, honorable mention all-conference as a place kicker. And he will kick it away. Murray will let it roll into the end zone for the touchback.
Kick rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And the ball first and 10 after 20.
Well, let's see how the Panthers respond here. As you saw, the head coach kind of get his guys refocused here and had the early lead, now trail by 4, and go back to work. Had success on the ground throughout much of that scoring drive. It's only the 3rd possession of the game between the two teams here tonight, and we're early in the second quarter. Second possession here for Greendale. From the 20. Murray bounces it outside, gets off the end, 30, 35, and shoved out near the 36-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 35. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Deshaun Reed there to make the stop.
Well, each team has shown us great speed at the running back position. Fisher for Greenfield and Von Murray for the Panthers.
From their own 35, 1st and 10, Greendale. Sheridan wants to put it up. Has some time now on the scramble. Will just shovel pass to Murray. Murray gets back across the line of scrimmage, maybe the 36-yard line. Giano Jones was there. The junior outside linebacker stayed home. Made a nice play. Good pressure by Tommy King that time, getting to Sheridan.
Yeah, King is, I think had a tackle for loss already earlier this evening. 44 tackles on the year.
Downstairs to Mike McGivern. Mike, what do you have?
Hey guys, listen to defensive coordinators on Greendale. They're asking their ends to trust each other, trust the other players, contain, stay in their lane, do their job, and trust the other teammates. Right now, they're talking the defensive ends pretty harshly. I think they'll start playing a little bit better next time Greenfield gets the ball.
Sardinia on the option pitch that time. Hunter King, Tommy King, I should say, brought him down. 4th carry of the night for Sardinia, looking a little option there.
And I don't know how much you have to honor Zach Sheridan. So far in the year, he's had 28 carries for a minus 46 yards. Obviously, a lot of those are sacks, but that's not his forte. His forte is throwing the ball and directing the offense.
Sets up 3rd and 2 at the 43-yard line. Again, they'll run option and the pitch to Murray. Trying to get to the outside, has some room across midfield and out of bounds at the Greenfield 42-yard line. 17-yard pickup. Jonah Belling was there to make the stop. But moved the chains, a Goodwill first down, running option to the right side.
A little change-up that Greenfield might want to consider is, let Marcellus Satterfield switch assignments, let him go to that pitch man. One of the inside guys could come up and take the quarterback.
From the Greendale 42, 1st and 10. From the Greenfield 42, 1st and 10, Greendale. Quick pass to the outside. Big hole up the middle. Isaiah Correa on the catch. Jonah Belling on the stop. Correa Jr., that's his 17th catch this season. He has 4 touchdowns this year.
A very talented receiving core. They've really spread the ball well this season to a variety of receivers.
From the 28, 1st and 10, 3 receivers here to the near side. Sardinia the single back. Sheridan looked right, now comes back right side, completes the pass to Correa, and he is wrapped up immediately trying to stretch that ball forward. Ciano Jones did a nice job out there, the outside linebacker, staying home, read the play, made the tackle.
You also had a good chance to see Sheridan go off his reads, come back, open man underneath there. You mentioned earlier, he didn't play his sophomore and junior year. Greendale had a wonderful quarterback, Will Brust. Did a great job, and Zach, also a fine basketball player, kind of concentrated on that. Came back to the team this year and has really done a fine job directing this offense.
And listen to Coach Murray, it was almost as if he had been part of the offense the last couple of years, picked up on things right away. Option again, the pitch to Murray. John Murray tries to cut inside the 20, going to be close, but might be short of that first down. Jordan Ramirez was there to make the tackle. Be about a yard shy of that first down. Murray out, Sardinia in. He'll be the single back. Go with tight ends here on each side, and they'll run it up the middle. Sardinia gets the first down inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. 11-yard run by Sardinia. Jonah Belling made the tackle, but it'll be 1st and goal, Greendale.
Coming into tonight's game, Sardinia's been averaging about 4 yards a carry, but we've seen the quick burst he's been able to display, obviously getting upfield for more yards.
5'10", 176, and a junior. And a bright lad at that, 3.8 GPA. That's what you like to see.
Something that Coach Murray said he really emphasizes.
Javon Murray inside the 5, takes it down to the 4-yard line.
Murray carries inside the 5.
Pickup of about 3 on the play. Hayden Tunn and Jonah Belling. And Murray will come out. Sardina back in. 2nd and goal at the 4. Sardina met at the 2, and that gets it down to the 1. Belling and Ramirez. And we've got an official's timeout. We got a couple of players down. And 2 players down here for Greenfield. We look at Sardina. We will step out, an injury timeout here. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1 when we return to our Heiser Automotive Group Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Courtney and Kara protect their cities and stand up for truth and justice. You can power up with the all-new adventures of DC's Stargirl and Supergirl. That's Tuesday starting at 7 on CW 18. Let's head down to Mike McGivern. Mike, what do you have?
Hey guys, I'm here with Lita Marin. She is with the Salvation Army Cold Spring Department and Corps. Lita, so nice to meet you. With the holidays right around the corner, big time for the Salvation Army.
Yes, we're getting ready for our Thanksgiving food distribution, as well as, of course, Christmas toys. And we're also giving out winter coats for those in need.
And Lita, if somebody wants to get involved and be a bell ringer, well, how do you recommend they do that?
They can go to registertoring.com. That was registertoring.com.
Lita, thank you so much for your servant leadership heart. Big fan of Salvation Army. Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Back to you, boys.
Mike, thank you. And again, all season long, when teams get inside their opponent's 20, they enter the Salvation Army Red Zone. Salvation Army doing the most good. And again, to volunteer or donate, visit samilwaukee.org. Lauren Slotke and Jordan Ramirez were the 2 injured players on that last play. And Greenfield makes a stand here on 3rd and goal. Greendale did not get in, as Murray was denied. Seattle Jones there. Now you've got a 4th and goal from the 3.
Yeah, one of the things Greenfield's done is move Trevor Gray into that defensive line. First team all-conference performer a year ago on offense, 6'5", 300 pounds, kind of plugged that hole.
We got a timeout taken here by the Panthers. They want to talk about it, facing a 4th and goal from the 3. Well, coming up in the U.S. Cellular Halftime Report, again, we'll highlight this week's Scholar Athlete nominees. We'll also meet our Landmark Booster of the Game award recipients. That'll be coming up at the half, part of the U.S. Cellular Halftime Report here on My 24.
Well, here's where all the believers in analytics really get the computers going. You know you've got a good field goal kicker, but at what point do you want to trade 3s for 7s? How does that work out?
Greendale coming in 8-0 on the season, 6-0 in the conference, looking to cap off a undefeated season, get that higher seed as an undefeated conference champion in Division III. Greenfield with a victory tonight would become eligible. As we head downstairs real quick, Mike, what do you have here? Well, we'll get back to Mike in just a moment. 4th and goal from the 3. Play fake, Sheridan rolling to his right, dumps it in the end zone, and it's going to be, what is it? Tie goes to the offensive player, and it's going to be a touchdown on 4th down. Will Vale, the tight end, hung on to it.
Well, he stole it away from the defensive back. You know, I was just going to mention Vale on the season has 14 catches, but 6 of them for touchdowns.
Let's take another look. You can see the defender slide over, had it, and then as they were going to the turf, Vale took it away from him. And the kick by Justice is up and good. We have a 10-7 ball game with just over 5 minutes remaining here in this first half. An 80-yard drive capped off by that 3-yard touchdown pass. Mike, what do you have?
Very calm, soft-spoken head coach in the interview. Not so soft-spoken than that last time out. I'll tell you what, boys, he gets after it. I love his style. Back to you guys.
Mike, thank you. Yeah, Jermaine Murray, don't let that calm demeanor fool you. He was animated and emphatic on what he wanted that team to do on that 4th down.
Well, Coach Murray doesn't teach here. He's got a job with the Medical College of Wisconsin, working with them, coordinating some programs. Extremely articulate guy, relatively calm as we talked to him in practice, but apparently, great steal there. Great job by the crew getting that shot.
Nick Lestrella thought he had himself an interception. Not so fast, my friend.
15 catches, 7 touchdowns. Pretty good ratio for you this year.
A Mix-Zap kickoff brought to you by Milwaukee County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. And the Shortman across the 30, out to the 38-yard line. And that was Nick Lestrella, who had that interception taken away from him. Take that, he says. I'll run the kickoff back.
Well, this is playing out to be the kind of game where you don't get many possessions, and so you really have to consider carefully what you're going to do when you get those 3rd and 4th down situations.
It's obviously a missed kick by Justice that time. See if Greenfield can take advantage of it from their own 38-yard line. They'll send 3 receivers here to the near side. Redding, Surveyor, and Belling here to the near side. Let's see what they do. A fake to Fisher. It'll be the quarterback, Compton, up the middle, across the 40 out to the 43-yard line. Brought down by Jaden Pedrero. Good run by Jackson Compton.
Yeah, running them much more than they have in previous games.
One more look. Fake to the running back and then took it himself for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. And they'll line up in trips here to the near side with Fisher, the single back, in the backfield. Now Fisher leaves the backfield. Compton on the scramble, throwing, finds Redding inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 32-yard pickup on the pitch, latest on the stop, and Redding his 3rd catch tonight.
Excellent throw on the run by Jackson Compton that time.
Had the shoulders square and got it away. Another Goodwill 1st down at the Greendale 25-yard line. Pitch down to Fisher, met at the line of scrimmage and dropped. Big play by Logan Vale. His brother catching the touchdown pass earlier. Now Logan making a stop for no gain.
Had 2 different body types there for twins. His brother at the tight end position, much heftier, Logan finds himself playing offensive line, but he's 6'4", 195.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Fake to Fisher, they throw it and it's broken up. Austin Alexander, the intended receiver, broken up by Noah Koss.
Looking at how the other receivers reacted, that was a called play to go directly to him. Two guys outside of him just both did a simple turnout, didn't move very quickly.
Sets up 3rd and 11 now from the Panther 26-yard line. Empty backfield now. They'll go with 5 receivers here for Jackson Compton. Rolling on his right, and down he goes back at the 28-yard line. Vale again was there. Logan Vale, along with Danny Hanlon, able to get the sack to force a 4th down.
Offensive coordinator Jack Moore kind of running through his options here, trying to figure out, okay, what do I go with?
They may opt to take a timeout here. Clock rolling, under 3 minutes to play here in the half. That appears to be the strategy here. Work that play clock down as far as they can and take the timeout, which they do, with 2:42 remaining here in the half, facing a 4th and 14 at the 29-yard line. So 2 nice plays up front. Logan Vale on 1st down, and again Vale and Hanlon able to get the sack here on what was a promising drive here for Greenfield. Boy, they were really rolling, especially after that Redding 25-yard reception that set them up.
Well, as we said just a few minutes ago, you're not going to get many possessions, so you got to maximize your opportunities. Now, I saw the field goal kicker, Bodstrup, come out, at least go through some motions here, whether or not they're going to do the field goal or not.
Mike, what do you have?
So, guys, the starting quarterback at Greenfield, young Mr. Compton. He works a lot with Jeff Trickey. His dad and I worked together when I was with the Mustangs. Gary Compton, one of the best wide receivers ever in arena football. Just got offered at Concordia St. Paul. The kid can spin the ball a little bit. I asked him, are you as tough as your dad? He said, way tougher than that. Back to you, boys.
Yeah, we had a chance to chat with Gary a little bit before the game tonight. Very proud father, proud of his son.
Yeah, we shook hands with him and kind of lost sight of our own hand, a very large hand.
Definitely receiver hands. Well, they're going to opt for the field goal here. This is going to be a 46-yard attempt from the right hash mark for Dominic Bodstrup. 1 for 1 in field goals this season.
Redding, the holder, has thrown some balls this year.
He gets it down, kick is away, and the kick is no good. Had the distance, but just missed to the left. That would have been good from 50, just a little bit wide. So it'll be the Panthers' ball. They'll move it to the 20-yard line where they will take over with 2:36 to play, and they have 2 timeouts, leading 10-7. Not a bad call there. I mean, the kids certainly have plenty of distance.
Well, both these kickers have demonstrated they have the ability to kick, from distance.
Sale just a little bit left. They only have 2 timeouts here with 2.5 minutes to go. Murray in the backfield. 4 receivers. Now they send receiver in motion far side. And they'll swing it to that receiver, and he dropped it. Intended for Gutierrez, Matt Gutierrez, the senior. Another one with great ratios. 4 catches, 2 for touchdowns this season, Gutierrez.
See if they'll work a little variation of that. Fake that pass, because you could see Javon Murray coming out to this right side all alone. Pump it once he could be up and out on a wheel pattern.
From the 20, second down 10. Murray in motion. Throw it in front of the zone, caught by Correa. Correa will get the first down across the 30, out to the 33-yard line, a gain of 13 and a goodwill first down. Clock stops while they reset the chains. Ciano Jones able to make the tackle. Good patience. Again, just found a seam, and this goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the game. Just take what the defense is going to give you. Don't necessarily have to fly it downfield. Just find that open spot 8-9 yards down the field and make the play. This time they'll go trips to the far side here from the 34. Pump fake. Has him out there. Two receivers out there, as a matter of fact, and overshot both of them. Correa was the intended receiver. Both Jaquan Redding and Desan Reed were out there defensively for Greenfield.
You can see them talking to one another. They weren't supposed to both be in that proximity to each other.
Murray will come back in. 2nd and 10 from the 34. 1:52 to play here in the half. And the Panthers with 2 timeouts, should they need them. And Correa comes here to the near side as a single receiver. Sheridan with time. Now it breaks down, and down he goes back at the 32-yard line. Looked like Marcellus Satterfield, the emotional leader of that defense, coming up with the big play, and Greendale taking a timeout. They have 1 remaining. One more look here. Everybody covered. And you see him going through his progressions, and then the pocket finally broke down.
Now, Satterfield, good speed. He's involved in track as well as wrestling, so he can use his hands. Plus, he's got that speed necessary to put pressure from the edge.
He's got 2 picks on the year as a defensive end. That's a DE's dream, isn't it? Get a couple interceptions off that end.
Forced fumble. They said they try to work him into the offense, but that is, his true abilities lie on the defensive side of the ball.
Don't mess with success.
Right.
Don't overthink it. So 1:41 to go here in the half. Greendale facing a 3rd and 10 from their 34. Jermaine Murray, the head coach, in the middle of your picture there, talking to his offense.
Now Bob LaPlante, the defensive coordinator for Greenfield, obviously trying to figure out, okay, how do I move my chess piece to match what Coach Murray's doing?
Come out with Murray as the running back. We'll go with 3 receivers. Tight end located on the left side as Murray now empties the backfield. Try that wheel route, looking for Murray. It's underthrown and it's intercepted. Picked off by Omar Surveyor. Looking for Murray, kind of a wheel route pattern that time down the near side. Ball underthrown. And Surveyor with the pick, his 2nd of the year.
Excellent position by Omar. Watch it on the replay.
Inside position and an underthrown ball, and that's going to spell a win for the defense. Surveyor Juarez. His 2nd interception of the year. And so Greenfield now, minute 33 left, ball at their own 29-yard line. Trailing by 3 and have 2 timeouts at their disposal. 3 receivers to the right side. They'll empty the backfield. Fisher will line up in a slot near side. Compton going to air it out. Beautiful catch in traffic at the 45-yard line by Redding. Wow, what a throw, what a catch on both ends there. It'll be a first down for Greenfield, brought down by Colin Schuster. Now Fisher on the carry. Big hole over the right side, down to the 31-yard line. Be enough for a first down. Schuster again, the safety there to make this tackle.
They've got plenty of time here, and Coach Joe Hansen had mentioned they needed some explosive plays tonight, and Jackson Compton has been providing those, especially to Jacon Redding.
Goodwill first down, 1st and 10 at the 31. A high snap, whistles, and a flag.
Snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Greendale got a little lucky there. They were making some last-minute defensive substitutions, and the one guy barely got on to the field. I wondered if it was actually going to be an illegal substitution call.
Awfully close to that. 1st and 15 now from the 36. They'll wind the clock under a minute to go here in the half. Trips here to the near side. Compton trying to run option, cuts back inside. Will get to the sideline. He'll get those 5 yards back and get out of bounds to stop the clock. Vale able to take him to the boundary. Bring up 2nd and 11 here. More importantly, though, they got the clock stopped here.
Well, Compton has some excellent choices here. Redding and Surveyor, both very good receivers.
Compton goes back right side. Catch is made by Redding, out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Another first down for the Hawks. Great and latest there to take him to the sideline. Clock stopped, 41 seconds to play. In the Salvation Army red zone now for the Hustlin' Hawks. Taking advantage of an interception here late. Trying to cash it in. Retake the lead. Fisher up the middle. 18-yard line, a gain of 2, and he stopped there, and they'll take their first of their 2 timeouts remaining with 36 seconds remaining here in the half.
It's their second charge timeout.
Aiden Golumsky and Nathan Deneen in on that stop.
Well, defensive coordinator John Loading, who's worked at a number of schools in the area, is back here at Greendale. And I'm sure he's trying to figure out, okay, we can't overload on Redding because Surveyor's a good receiver. Bailing has shown the ability to catch the ball as well. And you've got Fisher, who's got a couple of touchdowns coming this year on only 4 receptions.
All of this after the interception by Omar Surveyor. Back at his own 29-yard line, and then one quick play across midfield, and a couple plays later now Greenfield finds itself in the Salvation Army red zone.
Well,
Redding now 5 catches for 99 yards tonight.
Panther defense has not been able to put much pressure on Compton.
David Fisher in the backfield. 2 by 2 are the receivers here on 2nd down and 8 from the 18. No pressure now, and Compton's going to go down. A sack back at the 23-yard line. Danny Hanlon, honorable mention all-conference, the outside linebacker, able to come in for the sack.
Well, they brought a blitz this time, taking Hanlon, one of the backers, bringing him off from the edge.
And that will force Greenfield to take their final timeout. Lost back to the 23-yard line. 3rd and 13 when play resumes.
Well, they still have plenty of time. And with a quarterback like Compton, you know, you've got a number of options set up for you.
Again, a lot at stake for both teams here tonight. We mentioned Greendale undefeated, trying to end the season as an undefeated conference champion for the higher seed in their bracket.
Yeah, they'd love to get a #1 seed. And
Greenfield, if they get a conference win tonight, would have 3 conference wins, which may put them in the running for a playoff position.
Now, one of the players who's out currently for Greendale is Jaden Pedrero at the defensive end. That's one reason we see the younger, or not the younger, but the Logan Vale in there replacing him.
3rd and 13 from the 23. 3 receivers to the near side, Fisher in a double slot. Compton fires, looking for the man in the end zone, and it's picked off. Intercepted, and he's just going to stay in the end zone. Finally, he'll get down. Joe Morsey with the interception in the end zone. So each team with a turnover here late, and this one hurts Greenfield more, as this one was picked off in the end zone. Tried to force that one in.
Well, Joe, a bright student, another 3.9 student, read his keys well, kept himself in proper position, stepped in front of the receiver, took the ball away.
He had the assignment of guarding Redding that time, and then you can see Javon Murray says,
get down, get down.
Just take the knee.
Coach's son, making sure he's getting the message.
Ball comes out to the 20, 15 seconds to play here in the half. And they will take a knee and run out the clock. An exciting first half here in Greendale. And the homestanding Panthers clinging to a 3-point lead. Each team turning the ball over late on drives here. And they'll head to the locker rooms here with a 10-7 score. Stay tuned. The U.S. Cellular Halftime Report is next. You're watching Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union.
Adopted son, Raph. Pig, he wants to know if you brought him food. Let's head down to Mike McGivern.
Okay, we're alongside Coach Murray, up 10-7 at half. You said before we wasted, man, we're just kind of killing ourselves, but up 10-7, good stop before the first half.
Yeah, you know, it's caused some mistakes, but we got to continue to keep our head down and continue to drive. You know, defense is, struggling a little bit, but we got to continue to just execute and do what we do best and own what we can control.
Coach, I'm a big fan of your son. He's an awfully good football player. I know you're his coach, but at the end of the day, you're his father. You got to be proud of him.
I'm proud of him, but he continues to do well, and I just continue to trust him. And, I get on him sometimes, but that's part of the father-coach relationship, but it's fun.
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. You know what he does? He just shakes his head. He's got you. Yep. Hey, good luck second half, Coach. Thank you very much, boys. Back to you.
Mike, thank you. Our U.S. Cellular halftime report here on My 24, a 10-7 ball game in favor of Greendale. And tonight we'd like to highlight our Scholar Athlete nominees during our U.S. Cellular halftime report. And starting from Greenfield High School, we have John Hooper. And John carries a 4.004 GPA, participates in basketball and golf. He is an AP Scholar with honors and is ranked 11th in his class. He is a member of the National Honor Society as well as the Spanish Honor Society. John has been chosen as 2022 golf captain and was named second team all-conference in golf. He also earned a letter in basketball, and John is a member of Link Crew and FBLA, as well as volunteering with Milwaukee Riverkeepers, Forest Ridge Senior Community, and at Greenfield High School. And in the words of Greenfield Athletic Director Trent Lauer, he has a strong work ethic, is respectful, dedicated, and possesses high character morals. And from Greendale High School, Megan Volkening. Megan maintains a high academic standing and participates in swim and softball. She has been a part of 3 Woodland Conference swim championship teams. Megan received an all-conference honorable mention in softball and has been named team captain on the Greendale squad. She was selected as National Honor Society executive, a National Merit semifinalist, and an AP Scholar with distinction. Megan is part of Model UN and the Math Club, and she founded Greendale's first robotics club and won the Dean's List Award for top 10 individuals in North America. And once again, congratulations to this week's Scholar Athletes, and again this season to all of our Scholar Athletes out there doing great things both in school and through athletics. Time now to head downstairs. Mike McGivern and our Landmark Booster of the Week.
That's it. So, hey guys, our partners at Landmark Credit Union are proud to serve and support our local communities. And tonight, we are so honored to recognize 3 individuals who, well, it should be 4, but 1 couldn't make it, so we're going to go with 3, consistently showing their incredible support for high school athletics, especially here at Greendale High School. At this time, I'm proud to introduce Landmark Credit Union Boosters of the Game, representing the Panther Athletic Booster Club, Christine Mahalski. Hello. Nice to see you, Christine. I'll get back to you in a minute. We've got Jill Sheridan and Julie Grandberg. Guys, they threw her under the bus, and we're going to get back to that in a minute. And as a token of Landmark's appreciation for your hard work and dedication, we are very proud to present you with a gift along with a $500 donation to the Booster Club in your names, so that you and others can continue to support great things like booster clubs here at Greendale High School. So, 3, hey, who's going to talk if I want to ask questions? These 2, without a second, pointed right to her. She said, come on, why are you guys throwing me under the bus? Hey, I just want to say thank you. You know, it's amazing the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. I coached basketball for a long time. And people that work hard in the Booster Club, I can't thank enough, because it makes our job as coaches and athletes so much better and easier. What is your motivation for doing this?
Well, we love our kids, we love our school, and we want to be there to support everybody.
You know, it's funny, guys, that she went to Burlington High School. These 2, they both went to Greendale High School. Guys, I'm going to talk to you anyway. Same question for you. Being involved in the Booster Club, is it a fun event for you to do this?
It is a fun event. We give back to the kids, and we raise money, and we support all our teams, and we're a big community.
Hey, is there one sport that you guys work, or multi? Do you do all of them?
We pretty much do all of them, and the Booster Club supports all of the, I think it's 24 sports that we give to.
Hey guys, I'll tell you my favorite Greendale story. I had the shortstop and I think he was a receiver on the football team in the studio a couple years ago on a radio show I do, and I said, hey, does anybody want me to call somebody that you want to ask to homecoming? And the kid said, yeah, let's do it. And all of a sudden he goes, hey, look, if she says no, I'm going to have to transfer. And these kids from Greendale, they were so good and such really nice kids. And we appreciate so much. Landmark Credit Union appreciates how much you guys work for the kids here in this community. So thank you very much. It was nice to meet you guys. Back to you, boys.
Landmark gave away $4,500 this year to the booster clubs, to our teams on Friday Night Rivals.
Great support they've provided, to all these schools. Tremendous job by Landmark Credit Union.
Thank you, Landmark. We'll be back with more of our U.S. Cellular halftime report after this. 10-7 Greendale on My 24. Welcome back to the U.S. Cellular halftime report here on the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union. A great one tonight, 3-point game in favor of the homestanding Greendale Panthers. Time now for our United States Marine Corps interview, and we head downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with Sergeant Jordan Rosa, U.S. Marine Corps. And first and foremost, thank you so much for partnering with us again here on Friday Night Rivals. Hey Jordan, so as we get closer to the end of the year, is this the time where kids at the high school age start making some decisions about what they're going to be doing next year?
Oh, it definitely is. If they haven't started preparing earlier in the school year, now is definitely the time to actually start kicking their plan into action.
Hey Jordan, how far back do you guys go when you're looking at grades and things like that? Do you look at ACTs, or do you go back as far as junior, sophomore year and look at report cards?
We only pull their current transcripts for the year that they're currently in. As long as they're passing and get a high school diploma, that's all we really check for. With the ACT, that does give us a good estimate on how well they would score in the ASVAB.
Yeah, I really, you know what, I like that, because there are some kids that screw around a little bit early on and then decide junior, senior year, hey, I'm going to really get after it, and this is what I want to do. And I'm happy that you don't penalize some of those kids. When you're talking to a senior in high school, male or female, and by the way, do you talk to more men or girls?
Normally, the Marine Corps does attract more males, but there are those hard charger females that do want the challenge of the Marines.
Hey, did you see more females looking to do it?
Not too many. Some think it's too challenging, but the females that do it, they're killers.
They're killers, aren't they? Yeah. Hey, man, it's really good to see you. And again, thank you so much for doing this and being part of Friday Night Rivals with us again.
Yes, sir.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you, and thank you, Sergeant Jordan Rosa, the United States Marine Corps, for your service to our country. Time now for our greatest plays from around the country. Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals.
lot of time in the pocket. He dropped that pass in there. Sure did. He dropped it in a beautiful play.
Well-placed ball.
And that ball was on his helmet. He caught that ball in the back of his helmet.
Play from the 9. Chaney steps up, throws end zone. Oh, big hit. Nixon knocked it loose.
Huge call, but Hoover's going to go up top, looking for it all, and what a one-handed grab. Malik Thomas.
Shanks will hand it right up the middle again to Smith. Smith hurdles the defender, gets pushed around, trying to get to the corner of the end zone, and he is.
And Hunter Kelly throws it down the middle of the field, and it's picked off. One-handed grab. Jackson on the one-handed interception, a little stiff arm, and he's on his way back across midfield.
Theme every week, right? Well, pitch back, double pass, going deep, had him open, caught across the 30 to the 20, cutting back. Isaac Jackson. Drilled, ball came out. Is it live? It's a turnover coming back this way.
He's their money man. They put the ball in his hand. He can keep it if he wants to. Tosses it forward into the end zone. Fontesha catches the flip, and Brentwood gets the lead with 18 seconds to play. A flip of desperation ends in jubilation.
We'll be back with more of our U.S. Cellular halftime report on My 24.
And David Fisher for the Hawks, touchdown.
Yep. Sherman rolling to his right, dumps it in the end zone, and it's going to be going deep. We're out looking for Murray. It's The U.S. Cellular halftime report rolls on here from Greendale tonight. The Panthers leading Greenfield 10-7 here at the half. We go downstairs. Mike McGivern with a very special guest.
Hey guys, I'm just not going to talk to the superintendent. I'm going to talk to her daughter as well. First of all, that was a great performance. Well done.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun to perform at.
Man, good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're hoping to keep our win streak alive, 15 consecutive state championships. So hopefully we can continue that tomorrow.
I didn't know that. 14 in a row. Congratulations. Stay with us for a second. We're really here to talk to the superintendent here. Dr. Kim Amidzik. She told me that 3 times. You know, a girl can't come home. She went to Greendale High School, and she's now the superintendent, 5 schools. A lot of pressure nowadays. And when you took over 2 years ago, look, all the things you're learning now through all this COVID, you know, good for you. The templates that you're writing for people in the future have been unbelievable.
Yes, it's been a lot of work, but we've done it together as a team, and we've done it because of the strength of our community and the input and the voice of our parents and our students in all of our activities. Part of the mission of the Greendale Schools is all students belong, and tonight is a visualization of that belonging, and that has been what has carried us through the pandemic.
Dr. Kim, if I went back to when you were in high school in Greendale and it said to you, one day you're going to be the superintendent, what would you have said?
Well, I'm not sure I would have known what the superintendent did, or that I would have believed that I was capable of that leadership, but I had lots of leadership roles in high school, and I knew I wanted to be an educator. So even in Greendale High School, I knew that I wanted to be a teacher, and over the course of my career, I've just learned that leadership gives you an opportunity to have a bigger impact on your community and the students in the schools.
Listen, you got to be so proud of your mom. You know, I know it's got to be difficult maybe sometimes having the superintendent as your mom because, look, I'm sure that you never would get in trouble, but if you did, they would highlight it like all over the place. But you got to be so proud of her.
Yeah, I am. She's worked really hard, and just raising a family. I also have a sister, so raising a family while still going to school and running an entire district, it's a lot of work, and it's like working two full-time jobs.
Hey, do you see yourself maybe one day following in her footsteps in education?
Not necessarily in education. I do see myself a lot in leadership. I would prefer to go into the medical field, possibly med school, but I do look up to my mom as a great leader, and I can only hope to be that good of a leader in my own work someday.
So why do I have tears in my eyes? You know what? You did good, Doc. You did so good.
I'm proud of my kids.
Yeah, I'm proud of your kids, and I just met her. Well done. Good. Keep up the good work here in Greendale.
Thank you very much.
Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. And Dr. Amidjits, thank you as well, too. We appreciate the hospitality here in Greendale. Well, time now for our halftime highlights. Not many, but there were a few exciting plays in that first half. And it was started off with the 37-yard field goal.
Andy Justice really got his foot into the ball.
Then Greenfield got possession. That was on the Greendale first possession. And then first of a couple of long strikes to Reading. And then the 23-yard run by David Fisher for the touchdown. It was 7-3 Greenfield at that point. Greendale was able to come back, though. Running a little option here to the near side with Javon Murray. That helps set up their touchdown run here. And then on fourth down, going for it on 4th and goal, the wrestle and the ball.
Will Vail wins that tug of war.
Took it away from the defender. That made it 10-7. Greendale was driving with just over 2 minutes left, but Greenfield able to step in front, make the interception, as getting the interception was Omar Surveyor. And then on the last play to end the half, Greendale returns the favor on the pick by Joe Morsey in the end zone. And that's where we stand here after one half of play. Greendale 10, Greenfield 7. We'll have the second half for you coming up in just a moment. This is the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union. And before we get started with our second half, Mike has head coach Joe Hansen from Greenfield.
So, Coach, there's something about rivalry games you do, and when they say you throw out the records, you do. And I'll tell you this, if Greendale didn't know they were going to be in a dogfight, they know now. I'm really proud of that first half. I know there's no such thing as moral victories. What'd you talk about in the halftime?
Just, it's a one-score game. You know, it's the same as if it started 0-0. We just got to take advantage of some opportunities. We left some points on the board that we got to make sure we don't in the second half, and we're right where we want to be.
Coach, big loss. You had a defensive lineman. He's done for the game, correct?
Yes, defensive lineman and O-lineman.
Right.
Jordan Ramirez, great kid, brings a lot of energy, a lot of intensity. It's going to be missed.
Yeah, he's going to be missed, and it's next man up over at Greenfield.
Oh, definitely. Yep, Peyton Weisrock is going to step in at left guard, as well as getting some D-tackle reps, and we'll get some of our younger guys in. Next man up, like you said.
I'll tell you, last question, Coach. That first drive, they really held the ball a long time. And defensively, are they holding up, that front seven holding up okay?
Yeah. Yep. We're mixing up a little bit. We're having some errors in assignments. We just got to take care of our jobs, and we'll be okay.
Coach, 10-7, I know that you guys are hoping to be up at half, but I'll tell you what, really impressed with your squad and their fight first half. Good luck the second half.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you. Thank you, Joe Hansen, head coach of Greenfield, joining us here before the second half kick. Greenfield won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they're going to get the football to start this second half. Coach, how do you see this second half shaping up?
Well, Greenfield withstood that blitz. They've outscored their opponents 177-21. I think basically what Greenfield has to do is keep doing what they've been doing. They've shown a very, very diversified offense. And to do that. Conversely, Greendale has got to make sure they can get some stops, find a way to cover Jacon Redding.
Surveyor back to return.
Surveyor and Redding are the deep men for Greenfield. Andy Justice has it teed up middle of the 40-yard line. And it'll be Redding on the run across the 20. Makes it just short of the 30-yard line. A good return for the Hawks. And so this will set Greenfield up just short of their 30-yard line. Joaquin Paskowitz there to make the tackle for Greendale. So Jackson Compton, good first half. Favored Redding for the most part tonight. Fisher's had a nice first half. 8 carries for 53 yards tonight for Fisher. He has been effective as a runner. He will be the lone man in the backfield to go with trips here to the near side on 1st and 10 from the 29. Fisher, left side. Takes it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Will Vale was there to make the stop along with Nathan Deneen.
Well, they went to that side with Xavier Serrero, and filling in, we've got Peyton Weisrock.
In the middle of that zone, the catch made by Redding, and he'll get the first down out to the 43-yard line. Gain of 7. Colin Schuster, the safety there, moved the sticks, a Goodwill first down. And again, we want to thank Goodwill sponsoring our first downs. You can shop Goodwill, sustainable back-to-school shopping for less. And of course, with Halloween, find that costume. They'll swing it out here to Surveyor. Ball came out, but Surveyor out to the 49-yard line for a gain of 6. Vale on the stop once again. Greenfield in a little bit of a hurry up here.
Yeah, they're doing the hurry up. They're trying to catch Greendale in different kind of matchup.
Gain of 6, second down 4 from the 49. Compton moves Fisher to his right. Play fake. Surveyor on the screen and just a yard, if that. Good pursuit that time. Braden Latus was there. Short of the first down. Brings up 3rd and about 3 here for Greenfield right at midfield, just across the midfield stripe.
They're going to set the trips to the wide side of the field now, to the left side. See what kind of combination they're going to see if they can shake Jacon Redding free again.
Surveyor will come here as the single receiver near side, with Redding lined up on the outside of the trips to the top of the screen. High snap, bobbled. They give it to Fisher. Fisher coming around the right side, and there's a penalty marker. He's going to be coming back for a hold right at the line of scrimmage.
At 10. Holding offense. 10-yard penalty from the foul. Play, third down.
So it occurred at the Hawks 49, so they'll move it 10 yards from that spot. Back to the 39-yard line. Brings up 3rd and 14 here for Greenfield.
Now, Greenfield's demonstrated that they can recover from these penalties. The passing attack gives them some real options for how they can work that yardage, make that up.
Surveyor, the outside receiver here near side. The middle slot is Redding. Compton under pressure, throwing on the run, and it's not intercepted, incomplete. Dropped it just as he got to the border. That was Ben Morsey again for his second pick. He got the one earlier, at the end of the second quarter, in the end zone. Nearly had number 2 in and out of his hands.
Well, we mentioned Morsey being a good student. He's obviously studied what their tendencies are and cut himself right in front of Surveyor.
Just could not come away with that pick. First punt of our game here tonight. Dominic Budstrup also does the punting for Greenfield. High spiraling kick. Greenfield gets down to cover it, but it rolls out of bounds at the 28-yard line. 9:47 to go here in the third. Greendale will get their first possession here of the second half.
That might be the shortest possession we've had in terms of time tonight.
Well, Jermaine Murray, the head coach, doubles up as the offensive coordinator for this Greendale team.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to see another 7.5-minute drive to take the clock down.
Javon Murray in the backfield. 81 yards tonight for Javon Murray. Try and go over that right side, but a stout hustling Hawk defense there, only a couple. Peyton Weisrock now going both ways now as an offensive lineman and started at the defensive line, able to make the stop for Greenfield.
6'2", 246-pounder.
Murray will come out. Anthony Sardina in at a running back here for the Panthers. Correa, the outside receiver here at the bottom of the screen. Draw man in motion on that little bubble jet screen here to the near side. Jet sweep, penalty marker down. On the carry is Braden Latus. And he is stopped just shy of the 34-yard line. And Nick Lestria there to make the tackle, but I believe this one's coming back.
Holding offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
I believe that's the 5th penalty now on Greendale tonight. We'll move the football back to the 23-yard line. 2nd and 15.
Well, we'll see if Greendale can overcome the penalty this time. It thwarted Greenfield last time. We'll see if Greendale can respond.
Colin Schuster in as a wide receiver on this play. He'll check in. They'll send Correa wide to the far side along with Schuster. They'll hand it off. A good strong run that time by Sardina. Brought down by Tommy King. 6 tackles tonight for King. Get some of that back. We'll set up a manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 8 here for the Panthers from their own 30-yard line.
Well, King and Satterfield give them 2 fine defensive ends that kind of set that edge for Greenfield.
Interestingly, they both come in with over 40 tackles on the year, almost exact numbers from the end position defensively. 3rd and 8 from the 30. Hawks showing blitz. They come off the right edges. Gets the pass away. Open receiver. Catch is made at the 40. And it will be enough for a 1st down, a 10-yard pickup. Colin Schuster with the catch. Redding on the stop.
Schuster took a real shot at just as he received that ball.
And they sent both outside linebackers that time, and good patience on the part of Sheridan there. Didn't panic, delivered a good ball, and got the 1st down. From their own 40, 1st and 10. Murray cuts back to the left, has some room across midfield. Javon Murray to the 30. They won't catch him. Touchdown, Greendale. 60-yard run for Javon Murray.
Just turned on the after jets as he got around that corner.
Once he got to the 30, it was over. Extra gear kicked in, and Murray for the touchdown run. One more look.
Yeah, he cut that all the way back from where he was originally supposed to go. Might be an extra dessert tonight served at the Murray home.
Now over 140 yards on the night rushing. Justice for the extra point. That one is up, and it is good. 17-7 Greendale. The 60-yard touchdown run by Javon Murray.
Panthers 17, Hawks 7.
Head down to the sidelines and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with Gloria Marfo. She is a community advocate, and I really like her. I'm telling you, her parents must be so proud. Let's talk a little bit about this time of year, especially for kids at this age. I think there's a lot of trouble they can get into, and what you're trying to do is make sure that they don't, right? Clean and sober.
Yeah. So thank you. It's great to meet you. And yes, this time of year, it's a really tough time for a lot of people. And what we're trying to do at Community Advocates is just to make sure that we put a lot of programming and support into the mental health and wellness of our students, just so that they don't have to turn to misusing substances and things like that to take care of their mental health.
Gloria, how important is it to have a very strong family when you come back, just that family to be able to put their arm around you and love you?
Yeah, it's extremely important. I think everybody can attest that one of the things that we need is that love and support within the community, and no better place than our family and friends. Yeah.
There you go. Gloria, well done. You did really good. And again, thank you for the work that you do. Community service obviously is in your heart. Boys, back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. Justice with the kickoff. Redding from the 10. Won't make the 25. Good coverage by Greendale on special teams. And Greenfield will take over. Matt Gutierrez able to make the tackle. Well, Greenfield had a nice drive going, but then a penalty and that holding call took that momentum away. They went to a hurry up to start that third quarter. Let's see if they might want to check back into that. I thought that caught Greendale a little flat-footed there to start that third quarter.
Whereas Greendale was able to respond and overcome its penalty.
Toss to Fisher left side. Holding call going to come back here as a flag falls in the backfield. Danny Hanlon, the inside linebacker, there to make the tackle, but might be a chop block or a holding call.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. It's down. Yep.
Another costly holding penalty. That's what stalled the Greenfield drive previous, forcing that punt.
Still first down.
Yeah, Nathan Deneen was the one injured on that play, and both teams have now lost a couple of players, and they've got a couple of guys now being forced to play both ways. We'll see how that affects the outcome.
1st and 23 now. The ball back at the 12-yard line. Fisher in the backfield. Redding in motion will line up in a slot here to the near side. And we got a false start, so not the way head coach Johansson wanted this drive to start.
Penalty. Down.
I'm sure Jack Moore is, offensive coordinator, slowly ripping hair out as he's getting these penalties that are thwarting their, offense.
So 1st and 28. Not much you can dial up on a playbook. 1st and 28, so they're going to give to Fisher, dancing around the backfield, breaks it to the outside. Fisher out across the 10, just shy of the 15-yard line, brought down by Noah Koss. Good run that time. Little hesitation and then found something over the left side. Got 7 of those yards back.
Yeah, Fisher's demonstrated that he has a real burst. They talk about explosive plays, and Greenfield certainly is capable of doing those.
Fisher around the left side, across the 15, brought down from behind near the 17-yard line. Danny Hanlon, linebacker, that's his 5th tackle tonight.
Used his track speed that time to catch up to the ball carrier.
Just a sophomore, Fisher, and he is, last couple of ball games has really shown some value here, and Coach Hansen has to be pleased. He's got potential for a good running game coming back next couple years.
Well, the whole Greendale team is a nice mixture of 3 classes, sophomore, junior, and senior.
3rd and 18, ball at the 17-yard line. Compton looks to throw over the middle. It's nearly picked off. Looking for Redding at the 30-yard line. Colin Schuster broke it up. It's twice now in this half that the Greendale defense has nearly come away with a pick.
Yeah, Schuster timed this up very well, broke on that ball. There's actually a shade behind him. He couldn't quite get twisted.
Budstromp to punt. Someone late getting on here for Greenfield. Budstromp will get it. They'll bounce at the 50, take a Greenfield roll inside the 40, and we'll roll dead at the 37-yard line as we will take our break. 4:27 to play, 3rd quarter. Greendale has added to their lead. They're up 17-7 when we return to our Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union.
There's never a dull moment when rising talents like Bandito, Dragon Lee, and Quinn McKay are on the screen. Don't miss Ring of Honor, Saturdays at 5 p.m. on CW18, and Saturdays at 9 and Sundays at 8 on My24. My24 Sports would like to give a special thanks to our title sponsor, Heiser Automotive Group, celebrating over 100 years of quality vehicles and service. Today is your day. Visit Heiser.com. And to the presenting sponsor, Landmark Credit Union. Enjoy better rates and lower fees on straightforward financial options. You're worth more here. Visit landmarkcu.com. Thank you to all of our fine sponsors who make Friday Night Rivals football possible, including U.S. Cellular, United States Marines, Menards.
Get ready to rock as the legendary competition and Olmec are back. Cristela Alonso hosts the all-new Legends of the Hidden Temple. That's Sundays at 7 on CW 18. With Mike McGivern and Terry Kelly, John Weiser with you from Greendale tonight. Panthers up 17-7 with the ball to start this drive at their own 37-yard line. Sardina going up the middle, gain of about 3 to the 40-yard line. Brought down by Jesse Schill in there now as a defensive tackle for the Hustlin' Hawks. Now Sardina will come out. Murray will check back in as a runner. 2nd and 6 from the 41 as we slip under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Murray the single back, 2 receivers near side, single receiver far side for Zach Sheridan. Murray met behind the line and taken down at the 41-yard line. No game. Austin Alexander was there. Make the play for the Hawks, and it brings up a quick 3rd down. Good effort right at the line of scrimmage. Came flying through the gap. Made the play.
A number of backups in right now for Greenfield, and they've been accounting for themselves well.
Sardina back in. Third and 6 from their own 41. Timeout. Back judge was counting. Check that.
Out.
And they got the timeout before the delay, so we'll save the play here as head coach Jermaine Murray will come out and talk with his offense here. Critical down, 3rd and 6. You're up by 10 late here in the 3rd. Once again, Mike McGivern, what do you have?
So, guys, if I told you that 15 straight state championships, 15. This marching band has won 15 in a row, going tomorrow for 16. Congratulations. I don't know how this is done.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun over 15 years. It's been a long time, but the kids work hard.
So you've been doing this 21 years. The first 6 years, it was 2nd, 3rd, right?
Yep, first 3 years it was 2nd and 3rd.
And then do you remember taking first the first time?
It was awesome. The first year, 2005 was the first time.
Some of the kids that are on your team now weren't born back then, right?
Yep, we tell them that all the time. We remind them to the legacy of the program.
You know, Coach, you had said to me, you said, look, we're just about entertaining. We're about entertaining and having fun, and that seems to work for this group.
Absolutely. We want to entertain a football crowd as much as a competition crowd.
Hey, we really wish you, I need to know if you guys win tomorrow. So send me a text or something, because 16 in a row, obviously even better than 15, but good luck tomorrow.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike.
Hey, by the way, I think the best performance we've seen all year.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll let the kids know.
You bet, boys. Back to you.
It's a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
False start penalty here on Greendale, so now it takes them back to a 3rd and 11. Yeah, this Greendale marching band, and my daughter Rebecca performed for the Waterford marching band, and she said that half the fun of going to state was watching that band perform. They are in a different league.
We've been doing games for 12 years, so we've had Greendale a number of times, and their band always gives fantastic performances, and it's a shame that you can't show more of it during halftime. There's so many other features you got to work in, but they did a marvelous job tonight.
Ball at the 36, 3rd and 11 for Greendale. Sheridan on the scramble, looking to pass, diving at the sticks for the catch. Colin Schuster for the first down.
Wow. Just Zach Sheridan, as he rolled out, you see him running to his left, throwing that outstanding catch.
And now we've got Reading down with a cramp. So time has been called here as they tend to the Greenfield player. He plays both ways. though it's cool.
Oh, you're still
got to hydrate.
Yeah, you're still. Well, and you got to hydrate starting the night
Yep,
before.
yeah, absolutely.
It's one of those things. And you think about the mileage Reading puts on during the course of a game.
Again, Greenfield needs the win tonight to get to 3 conference wins to have a shot at getting into the playoffs. Greendale, with a win, would enter the playoffs as an undefeated conference champion, which should garner a 1 seed in their bracket.
Yeah, we're obviously where the numbers are going to fall as to who's in 1, 2, 3, etc. are still unknown. There are some factors that may work into this yet. With the Milwaukee Public Schools, some questions of how they're going to look at their games as conference games, non-conference, and so forth, and that's going to have an impact.
Well, who do you send north? You got Appleton North, Bayport, that group up there. Then you've got Sun Prairie and Madison.
Well, the computers are going to do it this year for the seeding.
But it's just interesting to see where those teams end up. Some of the runners-up and lower seeds as Sheridan with time, looking to throw, man open, over the shoulder, catch and out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Braden Lattis, the junior, with a beautiful catch. Wesley Migach was the defender. And we've got another player down for Greenfield.
Well, they had taken Vale and run him in motion across the formation. That freed up Braden Lattis.
Here's it's Austin Alexander being assisted back over to the Greenfield bench. Boy, Hustlin' Hawks losing players here. That's their 4th or 5th player that's been injured here tonight or has left this game in some fashion.
As we look across to the sideline, we can see one Greenfield player trying to roll out the calf of another one of his teammates. And it's taking its toll on the Hawks.
So Alexander being assisted to the Greenfield sideline. Meanwhile, we're in the red zone. Again, anytime an opponent gets inside their opponent's 20-yard line, they enter the Salvation Army red zone. Salvation Army doing the most good. And again, to volunteer, go to samilwaukee.org as Murray takes the carry to about the 8-yard line. Brought down by John Plazak, outside linebacker for Greenfield. Gain of 4, sets up 2nd and 6, just inside the 9, under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Sardina in now at a running back.
Well, that 2-back rotation has served the Panthers well this evening.
Sheridan gets them set. Little option pass to Sardina. Sardina cuts it back at the hash, into the end zone for the touchdown. Little option pitch, but Sardina planted that right foot, cut back to his left, and found the end zone.
Oh, we talked a little earlier. Sheridan isn't going to carry the ball. That he would do it only if the read really, really was obvious. But that's why the option can cause you so much trouble on the outside.
Justice on for the extra point. He had a 37-yard field goal earlier tonight. And makes that kick. He's only missed 1 extra point all season, 24-7 in favor of the Panthers. One more look at the touchdown run by Sardina. Right there, he got to that hash, put that right foot down, and
that's one of those broken ankle runs when the defensive back feels like he's just snapped it. That onslaught that we talked about the first half from Greendale this season, it's kind of playing out 3rd quarter this week.
Yeah, I mean, the astonishing numbers. I mean, they outscored their opponents 83-zip in the 1st quarter this year, coming into the game tonight, and 94-21 in the 2nd quarter.
That's 177-21. I hope you're impressed with my mathematical skills. I had to take off my shoes. start doing the counting, but got to credit Greenfield for what they did the first half, and now attrition has kind of played a role for Greenfield. But they are explosive. They still, this game's not over.
Justice to kick off, but it will be David Fisher and Surveyor now back there. Again, Reading left in that sequence with cramps, so it's going to be Fisher back there now. David Fisher, the sophomore. And this is going to go to Fisher. Across the 15 to the 20, and a good open field special team tackle. Brought down by Noah Koss. Beautifully done. That's how you get it done on special teams. Get down there, first man down, and make the play. Well, Greenfield now, maybe without one of their bigger weapons in Reading. We'll see.
See if he comes out. He's there.
Yep, he did make it out there, so he's going to give it a shot. He, along with Surveyor and King, will line up here to the near side. King in a wing here to the right side. They'll give it to Fisher. And across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play, brought down by Wilde. As we approach a minute to go here in this third. 2nd and 7 here. Again, Surveyor and Reading here to the near side. It's going to be the quarterback, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately. Only with a little read that time, elected to keep the ball and gets thrown for a loss. Tini Gardina on that stop. One more look. Last minute pulled it out from Fisher. Sets up a 3rd and 7.
Going to let the clock run out.
And that's how we'll begin the 4th. Greenfield facing a 3rd and 7 from their own 26. When we return, Greendale on top of Greenfield. It's our Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union. Player of the game.
Hilarious. Whose Line Is It Anyway? And World's Funniest Animals Saturday night, and all new Legends of the Hidden Temple and Killer Camp Sunday night.
Let's see, we got
Sheridan is
Murray tonight with 146 on 17 and a touchdown.
Sheridan has got what for passing?
It's all on Milwaukee CW18. Connect with CW18 Milwaukee on Facebook and Twitter. Interested in a career in television broadcasting? Leave your mark with
10 for 13.
Sardinia's got 2 touchdowns. Murray's got the 1 big touchdown run, plus he's over 100 yards.
Yeah. Got to wait halfway through the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
We'll see if Raffaelli's got any action on this in Vegas. If he
Start of the 4th quarter, 3rd and 7 for Greenfield from their own 26-yard line. Trailing 24-7. It's a big play here. Compton fakes the handoff, gets rid of it. Diving grab at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down. Omar Surveyor with the catch. Lattice with the tackle.
Had a guy right in his face as he threw that. Compton did and made the completion.
One more look. It was Vale coming in, I think the defensive end, bearing down on Compton, and he dropped it in for a goodwill first down from the 37. Fisher around the left side, and he runs right into the corner here on the near side. Noah Koss, actually the outside linebacker here on the near side. Short gain of 2 brings up second down 8. Another look. You see, played off his block and filled in. Koss just 5'8", 140. Able to step in and make that play.
You see Javon Murray in here playing some defense too, trying to match some speed on speed.
Fisher wrapped up immediately as he took that handoff. Aiden Golumski there, the sophomore. 5'10", 235. Be a loss of 1, his third tackle for a loss this year.
Yeah, Coach Jermaine Murray told us that Aiden is, even though he's a sophomore, he's one of the strongest kids on this entire team.
And Greenfield will take their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining. Try and figure this out. Well, I'm looking at the Wisconsin Football Coaches Association Week 8 poll that's out this week, and like I said, Division I, Franklin, if they finish undefeated, they will get a preferred seed. You've got Mukwonago and Muskego. I think somewhere along the way they're going to match up.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who meets in the first round. That's going to be such a determiner for what plays out.
Let's head down to Mike McGivern.
So guys, I don't know how many of these kids understand that when you talk about the greatest high school football coach in the state of Wisconsin, Ron Davies is in that conversation. He's one of the guys we talk about, and now he's coaching 7th grade, and it's so good to see you, Coach. I miss you. How you feeling?
I feel real good. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, how do you like this group that you're coaching?
Oh, they're just a great group of kids. And Mike, you know, we've got 3 coaches that were originals. Jack Brust, the student at Whitewater. Heath Pfeiffer, whose son is Corbin's a great player. Luke Houlihan, a high school coach at Reagan. I'm just the add-on, basically. But those 3 coaches are great with the kids and for the kids, and the kids have responded really well.
Hey, Ron, I'll tell you what you talk very highly of all these kids, and your grandson, obviously, where is he? There he is right here. And look, you love coaching at any level, and especially here at Greendale.
Oh, yeah. It's, my grandkids go to Greendale now, and it's just really nice to be able to stay in touch with the kids. So I'm glad they've been playing youth football. I'm glad I've had a chance to stay with them. And I'd like to also mention what a great job Jermaine Murray has done, taking over for a Hall of Fame coach, future Hall of Famer Rob Stoltz. He brought in John Loading, a defensive coordinator, who's one of the best. The kids have brought in new staff. What a great job they've done.
And I'll tell you what, guys, again, if people don't understand, one of the greatest high school football coaches the state has ever seen, and he's asking Terry Kelly to come on out, and if he wants to coach 7th grade at Greendale, there's a spot for you, Coach Kelly. Ron, it's good to see you, brother. Kids, thank you very much. Have a good day. What's their record, by the way?
They're 4-3 with a big game tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow, guys. Back to you.
Low snap. Has to get it away. He'll throw it incomplete on 4th down, so Greendale will take over at the Greenfield 37-yard line with just over 10 minutes to go. I've watched Ron Davies. I grew up in Kenosha. Ron Davies is one of the best coaches and one of the greater human beings as well.
Never an add-on to any staff.
No.
His Kenosha Tremper teams were just outstanding.
You see the low snap. The play before, they tried that halfback option. Fisher back to the quarterback and threw it a little bit in front of his quarterback, who slipped on the turf trying to go after it. So Greendale now in the driver's seat here. 1st and 10 at the 37, taking over on downs, leading 24-7. Give us to Murray. Up the middle, Murray into the end zone for the touchdown. His 2nd touchdown tonight. This one from 37. He had one earlier from 60.
I think it's just a case of Greenfield getting really tired. They've had a number of guys had to step out. Greendale's been able to take advantage of that.
Arm tackles aren't going to bring this young man down. Justice on for the extra point. Gets it away, and it is good. 31-7, one play after taking over on downs. It's Javon Murray, now with 7 touchdowns on the season. Another look.
You can see getting a hat on a hat for that offensive line. Gets that little seam, and Murray's through there into the end zone.
Greendale on their way to what appears to be a perfect season in the regular season. They're ranked number 1 this week in Division III. Other teams in this area you could run into, Union Grove having a great year out of the Southern Lakes.
Have their running back return from injury.
Yep. Plymouth is 8-0. Another area team that might have to contend with this Greendale squad at some point in the playoffs. Whitefish Bay sitting there at number 4 this week at 6-2. Another school that.
Tough game tonight with Slinger for Whitefish Bay. Slinger has caused people problems in the North Shore this year.
The kick to Fisher. Big head of steam across the 25 to the 27. Noah Koss again on special teams tonight. He's had a couple of tackles on special teams.
Only a sophomore, and as you mentioned a little earlier, 5'8", 140, but he excellent form on his tackles.
Jack Moore and the offense to that sideline there. I would think we're going to watch Jackson Compton here try and air this out a little bit. Need some points, and they need them quickly. Time they'll give it to Fisher, breaks around the right side out to the 34-yard line for a gain of 7. Will Vale, inside linebacker, making the stop for Greendale.
Fisher's been impressive tonight. I'm sure Jack Moore, the offensive coordinator, and Joe Hansen, the head coach, have to be pleased. He's got 2 years in front of him.
15 carries for 79 yards tonight. Thanks to Andy Spitzer, our fine statistician tonight. Been with us all season long. Close to a first down is Fisher. Should have it. Vale, Logan Vale this time on the stop.
I'm sure Greendale would be happy to see Greenfield keep going on the ground.
Yep.
But we know what kind of an arm Compton has, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see that. Right now he's short a couple of his receivers.
Well, Redding is back in there. He's in a slot here to the near side. Omar Surveyor split out to the far side here. With time, Compton underthrows. They were looking for Redding here on the sideline, but well underthrown. Matt Paul broke it up.
Tommy King had worked his way out here into the flat and didn't quite see him.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Clock stopped, just over 9 minutes to go. Yeah, it will be a late night tonight for a lot of teams as they wait for the computers to do all of the work once they program in all the records and
what your opponents have done.
Yep.
What's the comparable, scores.
Strength of schedule, opponent strength of schedule.
Grandmothers living east of the Mississippi. There's all kinds of factors that work in there.
Greenfield will take their final. This is their final timeout. We'll see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how all of that works. And then they'll top 32 by enrollment who make it in. That's your Division I. The next 32, that's your Division II. Next 32 after that, Division III, and so on for 7 divisions. So,
I know they said that this is a proprietary computer program, but I'm positive they had to talk to states like Ohio that have been using computer systems for years to set up their playoffs.
Yes, it's Christmas season tonight in the student section. We haven't reached Halloween yet, but
they were asking for a 9-0 season. That was the gift they wanted of Santa, and the Panther was dressed up as Santa tonight.
Yes, he was. He looked pretty good in that Santa outfit. Yeah, our good friend last couple of years, Dick Basham, had been on the call to kind of help sort things out based on strengths of schedule.
Give them input on different conferences and how they match up.
2nd and 10 from the 38 following the Hawks timeout. Fisher coming around the left side. Fisher across the 45, going to be stopped short of the first down near the 46-yard line. Danny Hanlon had a nice night tonight. He's got 6 tackles on the evening, able to make the stop.
Yeah, he was an honorable mention all-conference player last spring. Greendale in that season was 7-0. Greenfield was 5-1. Greendale beat Greenfield last spring, 34-14. Kind of similar to what this score might turn out to be.
Hawks facing a 3rd and 1 from their own 47. Fisher should have it as he's tackled right at the line to gain near the 49. Sardina was there along with Colin Schuster. Keep the chains moving here, keep the clock moving, 8:15 to play in week 9.
As you're watching this Greenfield team, you can see that they've improved as the season has gone along. Lost a couple tough ones, and it's put them in this position where they had to win this one to have a chance to get into the playoffs. But they certainly have improved over the course of the season.
Surveyor in motion now. The lineup here is the second slot. Going to air it out, far side, has Redding there. Tries to make a leaping grab, penalty markers down. Interference, a call here as Latest was out there.
Interference, defense. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Well, he threw that fade pattern that time, and
we were watching that in warm-ups tonight. He had that. He was dropping dimes right and left on that fade pattern.
And so often when that ball's underthrown, you see the defender crash into the receiver, resulting in that interference call.
So moves the football on the interference call to the 36. 1st and 10 there, 7.5 minutes to play. They'll swing it out to Fisher this time, but met and dropped for a 2-yard loss. Will Vale. There'll be a tackle for loss for Vale as we get another look. Very impressed with David Fisher tonight. Only a sophomore. Had carried the ball just 69 times coming into the game here tonight, so think he's established himself as maybe the lead at that running back next year. As Compton now on the run inside the 35, brought down by Logan Vale and Lattice.
Yeah, Logan's had to step in for Jaden Pedrero, who went out in the first half.
You mentioned the close games. You know, Greenfield, even last week, had an opportunity against Grafton and came up just a little short, dropping that one 35-21. Even their season opener against Martin Luther in a non-conference, opportunities in that one. It's Compton. Comes back looking, juggling, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Surveyor that time, defended by Lattice.
Yeah, both athletes go fighting hard for that ball.
And Greendale got off to a good start this season. The traditional non-conference game against Badger.
We've televised a couple of those.
That got them rolling here. And the Hawks will take their final timeout here with 6:19 to go. We'll take a break as well. 31-7. Greendale on top of Greenfield. Back for the final 6 minutes of this one when we return to the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union.
Got the checks. Otherwise, you know, I'll get them in cash and we'll send you the cash.
The terrific trio of 2.5 men, the King of Queens and Schitt's Creek, bring the money each weeknight starting at 9 p.m. My place for comedy, My 24. Thank you, fans, for being part of tonight's event broadcast experience. You can relive tonight's game as the broadcast will soon be available in its entirety on demand on the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals football section of My24Milwaukee.com. where you can also find additional videos, photos, and more. Tonight's game will also be rebroadcast.
My24 is bringing the funny this fall. You can catch full hours of 2.5 Men, King of Queens, and Schitt's Creek. That's weeknights from 9 to midnight on My Place for Laughs, My24. 4th and 8 from the Greendale 34. They will go for it on a draw to Fisher. And Fisher going to be met and driven back shy of the 30-yard line. And Will Vale making the stop, his 7th tackle of the night. And the Panthers will get the football here with 6:13 to play. Well, as you mentioned, Coach, I think injuries and attrition took its toll to Greenfield tonight. It was a 10-7 ball game at the half, but 21 unanswered here in the second half by Greendale, but losing Redding for a while there on offense and defense. Lost a couple of linemen tonight to injury, and tough to do.
Jordan Ramirez, big loss, first-team all-conference performer.
Sardina with a nice run, just shy of the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 8. Luciano Jones able to make the stop. Yeah, I like this tandem between Sardina and Murray. That's going to be a tough going into the playoffs, try and defend. Both those players rotate in and out pretty much on every other play, and so that gives them a rested back on just about every play, ready to go.
And they're both juniors.
Yes, they're going to be around.
Bring a smile to Coach Murray's face.
They will hand it off. Koss taking it. Noah Koss. his first carry tonight. He stopped shy of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Hayden Tunn there to make the tackle.
3rd and 2.
Yeah, this Greendale defense with 3 shutouts this year. Gave up just 7 points last week to South Milwaukee and sitting on 7 tonight. It's the other storyline. Pretty good defense. Jonah Plitt on the carry. Some fresh faces getting out there now for Greendale. Michael Fechner there to make the tackle.
First down, Panthers.
Be enough for a first down, and we'll keep that clock rolling. Opportunistic defense as well. They had the interception tonight. That's 11 takeaways by that defense this year.
Wow.
That's 10 interceptions by that defense too. So again, everybody wants to talk about focusing on that offense. That's a very stout defense that Greendale has. This will run out across the 45. Weisrock was there to make the tackle, but we have a penalty flag.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Well, coming up following the game, you can stay tuned for our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game presentation. We'll also have our Champions Trophy presentation. All of that coming up in the postgame. And again, our Player of the Game award sponsored by the United States Marine Corps. 1st and 19 following the holding penalty against Greendale. Again, Koss out to about the 35, keeps the pile moving. Brought down by Fechner. This Greendale team going to be a tough out in the playoffs.
Well, they've shown they can, run and pass. Their defense, as you mentioned too, is formidable, and the matchups will be interesting to see how they play out.
You got to feel that if you go with what has happened in the past, somewhere along the line, they're going to face a team like a Union Grove, maybe a Plymouth, teams that are ranked in that top 7 of the Division III from this part of the state. Again, Plitt on the carry. Shy of the 45-yard line, brought down by Weisrock. Greenfield opportunities. We're going to look back this season and say, if we could have capitalized on a couple of things, might have flipped that from 2-5 to a 5-2 record.
And a couple of penalties tonight in the second half that kind of derailed the offense.
I thought that first drive, they had the back-to-back penalties to start the first drive of the second half, and that kind of set the tone, if you will. They had the holding call and then the false start penalty that pinned them back inside their own 10 to start the third quarter. Koss again with a big run. Koss to the outside, and Koss out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Brought down by Surveyor. 21-yard pickup that time by Koss, and a Goodwill first down.
Now Greenfield with no timeouts left. Don't know if we'll see them go into the victory formation, the Panthers, but close to being able to do that.
Yeah, the unfortunate part is it got out of bounds. Coach, I got 21 yards on the play, but son, you didn't stay in bounds. I think that's how the conversation will go. And they will take a knee here. Jermaine Murray and Greenfield head coach Joe Hansen before the game very much appreciative of each other's efforts, both first-year coaches, and both have been in their programs for a while. Murray for almost 19 years, and Hanson for the last 5 years here at Greenfield. So
now you've been an assistant, you've waited your turn. Both of them getting a chance now to, you know, give their own little imprint on the program.
So 7-0 in conference, 9-0 overall. That should garner them a 1 seed in their little wing of the bracket. Division III. Jermaine Murray in his first year as head coach. Still coaching right to the end.
seems excited. He's energized tonight.
He wants Matt Paul out there now.
Really enjoyed talking to both coaches this week.
Both very positive people. I mean, they couldn't say enough about their assistant coaches, about the players they have, and the fact that they've been given the opportunity to run their respective programs. And now the clock will run out here. Greendale will cap off a perfect regular season, scoring 21 second-half points and knocking off Greenfield tonight by a final of 31-7. A 7-0 conference, 9-0 overall. They will head into the Division III bracket of the tournament as a #1 seed in their 32-team field, as an undefeated conference champion. And for Greenfield, they will fall to 2-5 in the conference, 3-6 overall, and with those 2 conference wins, unfortunately going to come up short for a playoff bid. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game report, including our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game. We'll have the Champions Trophy presentation to the Greendale Panthers. All of that coming up in our post-game when we return to the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals, presented by Landmark Credit Union. Murray.
Yeah.
Andy's adding everything up right now. He's got it if you need it. Murray, 18 carries, 183 yards. Touchdown runs of 60 and 37.
Give away U.S. Marine Corps Player of the Game.
Yeah, man.
Hey, and then I'm going to talk to him for a little bit. I'm going to send it back up there. I'm going to bring your head coach up. I'm going to hand him the trophy for winning the game. And I'm going to say, hey, good luck next week, boys. And let me get out of here before you all go crazy. Hey, can you get a
(31-7) your final tonight, a 10-7 game at the half. Greendale with 21 unanswered here in the second half, primarily due to the running of Javon Murray, and he just so happens to be downstairs with Mike McGivern. Time now for our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game.
So, guys, as I was about middle of the fourth quarter, I was sitting over by the bench, grab a water, and number 25 walked by. He said, "I'll tell you what, I am by my offensive line stakes tonight." I said, "Well, what about the boy in the sideline who's talking about him?" He said, "Yeah, you too." Our U.S. Marine Corps Player of the Game, right off the bat, he knows who to thank, man. What a good game you had tonight.
Hey, I want to just thank all my offensive linemen, everybody here, my coaches, my teammates, everybody who came out tonight. It was a great performance, and I just want to thank everybody.
So, you know, hey, I'll tell you this. Now second season starts, right? Yep. You guys finished it off the way the sign said, look, all I want for Christmas is an undefeated 9-0. Oh, yeah. You got that done. Now everything new starts tomorrow. You guys ready to go?
Oh, we were born ready. We in the start of weightlifting and everything, we just knew that we were the best team here, and we're gonna keep marching on and keep practicing and keep playing, and we're gonna roll Dale, baby. That's been the start of everything.
Hold on, it's coming, boys. Hold on. Hey, I got to tell you something. They're chopping the bit to do this, but man, when you talk to a guy who had the kind of game this young man had, and the first thing he says, man, I want to thank all of them. I want to thank the fans, my offensive linemen, thank everybody. He's got some Marine in him, right?
It definitely does. You know. Thanking everybody and not just gloating about himself, you know, outstanding character.
All about leadership.
It definitely is.
All right, guys, they said, Mr. McGivern, before you send it back, we got something for you. All right, boys, here we go.
Hey, roll Dale!
Roll Dale!
18 carries, 183 yards tonight for Javon Murray. Quite the night tonight. And 2 big touchdown runs. He had that 60-yard touchdown run. Here it is right here.
Just pulling away from the crowd.
He just pulled it away and off to the races for touchdown number 1. And then touchdown number 2 tonight. Much shorter, 37 yards, but just as effective. Just ran right up the middle. No denying Javon Murray tonight. 18 carries, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He is our United States Marine Corps Player of the Game. Ready for our Champions Trophy presentation tonight. And with the winning coach, here is Mike McGivern.
So, Coach, you know what? You got to give 25 some credit. He's thanking that offensive line. I'll tell you that. Yeah, a lot of hard work coming home today. Got to feel good about that second half.
Definitely feel good. I know our kids responded. I know that we challenged them with energy and urgency in the second half, and they came through and delivered. So I'm so happy for our kids. I'm proud for our seniors. I'm proud for all of our fans that are here. It's just been a remarkable season so far.
Hey, Coach, I don't know of, and I've been doing this a long time, I don't know of any too many first-year head coaches that would start the season 9-0. Playoffs a different story now, and I know as coaches, we don't look ahead, but we plan ahead. Have you thought about any of that yet?
I have not. In fact, I just take everything 1-0. I look at our opponent. I look at what they do well, what they do not do well, and we just take advantage of what they give us.
Hey, boys, here's what I love. Very soft-spoken, right? Why don't you come down on the field when there's timeouts like I did? You know what? The man gets after it. Man, I'm a big fan. Coach Murray, Coach, good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in the playoffs. Boys, let me get out of the way. Then you do what you do. Go.
Greendale, counting last year's record, now have won 16 consecutive games. And they are going to be a formidable opposition when the playoffs open up next Friday night. A 31-7 victory tonight for the Panthers over Greenfield. We will step out, one more commercial break, and then a final word from Greendale after this on My 24. Greendale runs the table in the regular season, 7-0 in the Woodland, 9-0 overall, a 31-7 victory over the Greenfield Hustlin' Hawks. And again, a reminder that our game will repeat tomorrow at 2 o'clock due to the Milwaukee Admirals return as they will host the Grand Rapids Griffins. We will have that game for you tomorrow night beginning at 6 o'clock right after our high school football replay. And again, thanks to all who enjoyed our Heiser Automotive Group Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union telecast this season. Our 12th year coming to an end here tonight. And again, a big thank you to Paul Rudolph and our staff of men and women who, they do a fantastic job. Jason and the crew and everybody that is associated with us. Sean Raffaelli, our spotter. Andy Spitzer, our stat man. Mike McGivern. We've got it good, Terry. We really do.
Got to give a tip of the hat. My wife, Peg, has done so much paperwork, and all three of my boys have worked either helping us out with computer stuff or spotting. So, and obviously, big thanks to you, John. It's always a pleasure to work with you. You make things so easy and smooth. And
thank you, Terry. Of course, you too have made this a great, great ride so far. Again, thank our sponsors once again tonight who brought you Friday Night Rivals all season long. The folks at Heiser Automotive, the Landmark Credit Union, U.S. Cellular, the Milwaukee County Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, Salvation Army, United States Marine Corps, and Goodwill. We want to wish all of the teams who've made the playoffs best of luck as they head into the second season. This Greendale squad going to be a tough out in the Division III playoffs, which gets underway next week Friday as our season comes to an end here tonight. In Greendale, the Panthers a 31-7 victory over the Greenfield Hustlin' Hawks. For Terry Kelly and Mike McGivern and our entire My24 sports crew, John Weiser, thanks for tuning in all season long to the Heiser Automotive Friday Night Rivals presented by Landmark Credit Union. Good night.